In last part we have seen the introduction of statistical control, quality control. Then we have studied what are the types of data representations, how the data representation is done, mean, mode, median, bar diagram, etc. Okay, pie charts, these all were studied by us in last lecture. Even now see what we have studied. The main topic we have covered was control charts and what are the objectives of control charts. Then we have also studied the necessary and considered one following for control charts. In today's topic we are going to see what is the type of control charts, what are the types of control charts. Okay, so basically quality control charts, okay, that is quality control by charts, are divided in two types, which is one is control by variable and the second is control by attributes. Okay, so if you see here, attribute or variable, it is given. So basically there is first thing, it is divided in two parts. One is variable, second is attribute. So what is attribute data? So attribute data is frequency count. Okay, what is attribute data? It is the frequency count. Whereas what is variable data? It is measurable. So measurable is a variable, whereas attribute is frequency. So first this division is done. Then the attribute data is then divided into two types. Okay, what are the two types? Now we will see. Number of information per instruction unit, and number of informations where yes or no, good or bad, pass or fail. See, so if the number of information is given and if there is just a choice good or bad, true or false, yes or no, then this is the type of chart which are used. And if the number of information per inspection units, defect ultimated, is given, then these are the charts which are used. Now which are they, we will learn. Similarly, in variable data, that is measurable data, there are two types, that is small sample and large sample. Now this small sample and large sample are then divided again into two types. Okay, now we will first look at the attributes. Now attribute, as I told you, divided into two. Now the number of function per inspection unit, we will have a look on this first. So which are they? It is a C chart and the U chart. Okay, C chart and U charts comes under attribute, that too in inspection unit. Now similarly, in number of informations via yes or no. Okay, so in yes or no, good or bad, what are the types of charts which come are P chart and NP chart. So these are the two types of charts which come these are the four types of charts which come under attribute data. So remember, attribute is C, U, P, and P. Okay, whereas variable, in the variable we can see in the table small sample subgroup, okay, which are the X bar and R chart, whereas large sample subgroup, which are the X bar and S chart. So these are the differences between the small sample, large sample, and these are the types of charts which are used in variable data. Now how to remember it? So how to remember the attribute data? CUP, cup NP. Okay, cup NP. Keep it in mind, attribute equals to cup NP. Whereas variable equals to X bar is common in both, but RS is different. So variable is equals to X bar RS. Just remember this thing. Types of control chart, you can easily draw this diagram then. Okay, if you neglect this and directly draw this, it is also okay, because in your textbook this much information is not given to provided to you. You can directly draw, you have to draw this, then you have to draw this, and you can directly draw this instead of drawing this. Okay, so these were the types of control charts which we have studied. Now let's move to the next topic. Our next topic is, see, as shown in control charts can be divided into two main categories, namely So here we have seen which are the two main categories. The first one is attribute, whereas the second one is variable. So these are the two main types in which the control charts are divided. Control charts can be divided into two main categories, namely, so which are them? First is control chart for variables, second is control chart for attributes. So these are the two types in which the control chart is divided. So as I told you, after drawing this, you directly have to draw this and you can write this. No need of this. So see, control charts first divided in variable, then in attribute. Okay, now let's concentrate on control charts for variable. So see, from here the topic of what is the control chart for variable will start. Control charts for variable apply to process where a parameter or characteristics of the production is being measured. So where is it used? It is used where the parameters of or characteristics of the product can be measured. Whatever I am underlining is the most main point, where a parameter or characteristics of a product is being measured. Then the control charts are drawn based on the measured value and the dispersion of their value. See, now how are they drawn? So they are drawn with the help of measured value and the dispersion of this value. So in this table, as I have shown you, control variable, so small sample subgroup and large sample subgroup, but these are measurables. Okay, so this is why where we can use the control charts for variable. So this is the reason, as here it is mentioned. Okay, now X charts and R charts are the two types of charts for the variable. So see, we have here seen that X charts, R charts and S charts are used, but it is not given in your S chart is not given in your syllabus. So what we are going to concentrate on? We are going to concentrate on X charts and R charts. These are the two types of control charts for variable. X charts, R charts, two types of control charts for variable. So these are the two types of control charts for variable. Now let's move to the next topic, which is a basic discussion of control charts for attribute. See, control charts for attribute are based on number of defective parts or defect per unit found in samples. So see, why are the control charts used? Where are the control charts used? So control charts are used for control charts for attributes are used for number of defective parts or defect per unit found in the sample. So this is the reason why control charts of attributes are used. The common type of control charts for attributes are P chart, NP chart, C chart and U chart. Okay, as we have discussed in the type of control charts, that diagram. So these are the types of charts which are used in control charts for attributes. So now see how to remember it. Control charts for attributes is CUP NP. CUP NP. So what is it? C chart, U chart, P chart and NP chart. Okay, CUP NP is for attributes, whereas here X and R is used. Actually X, R and S is used, but X and R is for your syllabus. So in control charts for variable, X charts and R charts, whereas in control charts for attribute, CUP NP, that is C chart, NP chart, U chart and P chart. So these are the types of charts which are used in control charts of attribute. We will discuss it again. Control charts divided in two things, that is variable and attribute. Variable have X charts and R charts. Attribute have C, U, P, NP types of charts. Okay, so this is clear. Types of control charts and their basic information is clear. Now let's move to the next topic, which is our control charts for variable. Now we will see the control charts for variable in detail. Okay, let's move to the next topic. So control charts for variable. Control charts for variables are used to study the distribution of measured data. See, why is it used? It is used to study the distribution of measured data. Common control charts for variables are the X charts and R charts. As discussed before, we see here it is again given that the common types of charts which are used in variables are X charts and R charts. Okay, the X chart is used to study the size of variable and show the centering of the process. So why X chart is used? X chart is used to study size of variable and show the centering of the process. R chart gives the dispersion of measured data. So R charts gives the dispersion of measured data. Now for drawing the charts, a number of subgroups, that is sample, are drawn at random. For the production line and inspected, both X and R charts can be drawn from the inspection data. Now see what it is given. It is given that for drawing the charts, what is the requirement? So number of subgroups are drawn. There are the number of subgroups are drawn for drawing the charts at random for the production line and inspected. Okay, then both X and R charts can be drawn from the inspection data. So first the inspection is done. Actually various subgroups are divided. Then what is done? The inspection of the production line, etc., quality, etc., everything is done. After the inspection, the data is taken from the inspected records, and then the X type and R type chart is drawn with the help of inspected data. So from this slide, what we have got to know? So first of all, we got the basic definition of the control chart for variable. So that is the study of distribution of measured data. Okay, as I have told you, the measured data is the inspected data, so it is the study of distribution. So distribution of measured data. Then what are the types of charts which are used in control chart data? So they are X type and the R type. So these are the most common type of charts which are used in control charts for variable. Okay, even note S type chart is also used, but it is not as given in your textbook or in your syllabus. Just mention if it is asked to you what are the types of variable charts used, you can write there S also. Okay, but you have to just describe these two types of charts. Then what is given? Then these are the second and third is the important point. Okay, what is given in the second point? So the X chart is used to study the size of the variable, show the centering of the process. So the aim of using the S chart is it shows the size of the variable, whereas it shows the centering of the process. Now R charts gives the dispersion of the measured data. What does the R chart do? R chart gives the dispersion of the data. Okay, then for drawing the charts, a number of subgroups are drawn. So number of subgroup is drawn, that is the deviation distribution is created. Then the R and X charts are drawn with the help that the inspected data, it is drawn from the inspected data. So it is clear, control charts for a variable is clear. Now let's move to the X chart. So what is the X chart which is used in control charts for variable? So X chart. X chart. So what is X chart? So see, there are following steps. So how is it drawn? It can be shown in, there are number of following steps how the X chart is drawn. So first point in drawing of X chart is calculate mean, that is X dash of the measurement in each sample. So first is to calculate mean. Okay, so I'll write here mean. Okay, so what is the formula of mean? What is, so calculating mean equals to summation of xi to the sample size. So n is your sample size. N is equals to sample size. Okay, so first we have calculated mean. In the what? In the X chart, what is the first step? So first step is to calculate the mean. So how is mean represented? Mean is represented this way. Okay, this is the representation of the mean. What is the formula? Its formula is the summation of xi, okay, to the sample size, that is n. So this is the formula for the mean. It is the first step of drawing X chart. Now what is the second step? Our second step is to calculate the value of grand mean. Okay, now see, second, what is grand mean? So grand mean, GRAND. So grand mean is, first of all, it is represented by, so this is the representation of grand mean. So what is the formula of grand mean? So it is the summation of mean by number of subgroups. Okay, number of subgroup. Okay, as you can understand, so first what we have done, first we have calculated the mean. Then what we have done, we have calculated the grand mean. So first mean, then grand mean. So this is the second step in drawing of the X chart. Now we will move to the third step. What is the third step? Third step is calculate the value of sample standard deviation. So third point, here we go, third point. What is it? Sample standard deviation. Okay, we have to know the value of sample standard deviation. Sample standard deviation. So here, what is the formula for the sample standard deviation? Formula for our sample standard deviation is sigma x equals to sigma by under root n. So now see, what is the representation of sample standard deviation? It is sigma x. Okay, and this is the formula. Now what are the first three steps we have completed? We have completed the mean. Okay, what we have calculated first, we have calculated mean, that is x bar. Then what we have calculated the double mean, that is x double bar. Then we have calculated the sample standard deviation. Now what is the fourth step? The fourth step is to calculate the upper and the lower deviation in the X chart. Okay, upper and lower deviation in X chart. Okay, so what is the how upper and lower deviation is calculated? So see, upper control limit, UCL, upper control limit, lower control limit, LCL. Okay, so what is upper control limit? It is addition of x double bar plus 3 sigma x. Whereas what is LCL? It is the addition of x double bar minus 3 sigma x. Now see, x double bar is our grand mean plus 3 sigma x. Sigma x is our simple standard deviation. So the UCL formula for UCL becomes grand mean plus 3 times the sample standard deviation, whereas formula for LCL becomes grand mean grand mean minus 3 times the sample standard deviation. So these are the two formula for upper and lower deviation for X chart. So now, as we have known, these 4 points are done. What is the fifth point? So our fifth point is to plot the X chart. Okay, our fifth point is to plot the X chart. Okay, so this is our fifth point, how the X chart is drawn. So I'll give you the rough look how it is drawn. So there are two axes. Okay, here it is the mean, that is grand mean, X double bar. Here it is the upper control level. Here it is LCL. Okay, this is the variable X single bar. Okay, here 1 2 3 4, this is the marking randomly, so I am showing you random. It is just a random example how the X double bar is drawn. Here one point is situated, here one point is situated, here is the one point, and here is the one point. So now these are the components as per the quantity is given in the table, we have marked them. So first of all, what is the main thing, how it is drawn. So it is, first you have to take the grand mean, then you have to take UCL, LCL, and the calculation, what are the formulas as we have discussed now in a slide. And if these all the components are lying between UCL and LCL, then they all are acceptable. If the component here, okay, above LCL, and here, that is below LCL, is lying, then these are the components which are rejected. Okay, so this is the X chart is used for this purpose. So what is the conclusion? The process is under statistical control. Now except this, these all 4 points are under UCL and LCL. What does that mean? It means that the process is under statistical control. Okay, if this and this point is taken, then what will be the result? The result will be the process is not under the statistical control. Okay, so this is the X chart, how the X chart is drawn. So first of all, we will revise it how it is drawn. First we have calculated mean. Okay, then grand mean, then what we have calculated, then we have calculated sigma x, that is sample standard deviation. After that, what we have calculated UCL and LCL. Okay, so these are the 4 steps which we have done before drawing the X chart. Now let's move to the second types of chart which are used in control charts in control variable charts. So what is the type of second chart? It is R type chart. So R is known for range charts. Okay, so range charts are drawn to study the process variability. So why is it drawn? So it is drawn to study the process variability. So first point to note here, drawn to study the process variability. Then an R chart is also drawn in the same way as X chart. So here we have got the same thing, how the R chart is drawn. So R chart is drawn in the same way as it is X chart is drawn. The steps for drawing R charts are as follows. So we will see what are the steps for drawing the R charts. Before that, we will just mark that why is it drawn. It is drawn to study the process variability. and it is same way as X charts. And now we will see the steps which are used to draw the R chart. Now first point for R chart is calculate the value range for each subgroup range R. See, first is calculate the value range. Value range. So how the value range is calculated in here? So R is equals to X max minus X min. So this is the way value range is calculated in R chart. Okay, but yeah, I have already explained you how the value range is calculated in X chart. Now this is the formula for how the value range is calculated in R chart. Now what is the second step? The second step is calculate the value of R mean. Okay, so what is the second step is R? Second step is calculate value of R mean. So R mean, which is also recognized as, okay, so now what is the formula for R mean? What was the formula for X mean? It was summation of X upon number of subgroups. Okay, no, it was summation of X upon sample size. So now here the R mean, it is the formula is summation of R to the number of subgroups. Okay, first two things are done. First of all, we have decided the range with the help of formula X max minus X min, and second of all, we have decided the R mean, which is the what is the formula for that? It is summation of R to the number of subgroups. Okay, then what is the third thing? The third thing is find the value of factor D3 and D4 from table. So there are factors which are used in it, so we have to find the factors which are given in the table, which will be given to you in the table. Table will be provided to you, in which the D3 and D4 you have to find the factors. Okay, then what is the fourth thing? The fourth thing is calculate control limits. So what is our fourth point? So our fourth point is calculate control limit. So what we have two types of control limit. One is upper control limit UCL, second is LCL, lower control limit. Okay, so how is LCL and UCL calculated? So what is the formula for UCL? For formula for UCL is D4 into mean, R mean. Whereas what is the formula for LCL? LCL formula is D3 into R mean. Okay, now how to get D4 and D3? So now see, there is a table which is provided to you, in which there first column there is number of observations in the subgroups. Okay, it is from 2 to 10. Then respectively the table is drawn for the third and fourth column is your second and third column is your D3 and D4. So for each number of observation in the subgroup, as it is different, the D3 and D4 value also changes. So if in example, if the number of observations in the subgroup is 7, then the value of D3 will be 0.076, whereas the value for D4 will be 1.924. And always take in mind, always keep it in mind, as the observation in the subgroup increases, the numerical value of D4 decreases and the numerical value for D3 increases. Okay, just keep this relation in mind. I'll repeat it again. As the number of subgroups increases, the value for D3 increases and value for D4 decreases. Okay, now keep it in mind. Now what is our fifth point? Fifth point is to plot the R chart. Okay, now plotting of the X chart I have already shown. Similarly, it is similarly the R chart is drawn. I'll show you again if you want it. This is how the control chart for R is drawn. Two axes. Okay, this is LCL, this is UCL, and this is the mean. So here the mean is R dash. In X chart the mean was X double bar. Here it is R bar, and here the value is R. So here the variable is R. In X, what was the it was X bar. Okay, so keep the difference in mind, so it will be easy for you to draw. And here it is drawn. Okay, so all are in controllable limit. So this is the range chart. Okay, so this is how the R chart is drawn. Now what is our next point? So here there are 6 steps. Okay, in X chart there were 5 steps, but here there are 6 steps. So what is our 6th step? So here that in 6th step it is given that the control limit for X bar chart, that is X chart, can also be found from min range of subgroups as follows. So control limit for X charts can also be found. So how it can be found? So UCL, that is upper control limit for X bar, equals to X double bar plus A2 into R min. So this is for the control limit, UCL control limit in X bar with the help of R min, and similarly LCL, that is lower control limit for X bar, the formula X double bar minus A2 into R bar. So this is the these are the formula to calculate the upper limit and the lower limit of X chart with the help of R min. Okay, now you will say what is A2. So A2 is the table, A2 is given in the table, same table in which we can get the D3 and the D4. So in exam they can do, if they have asked you numerical, so what they will do, they will give you the separate value of A2, D3 and D4 for the subgroup which is given, or else they will provide you with the table. The table is not much bigger, so basically they can provide you with provide the values with the table, or else they will directly give you in the questions. So next part we will discuss the two numericals on X chart and R charts, which are the control charts for variable. So now we have discussed what is the how the R chart is drawn. Before we have discussed X chart is drawn, we will revise how the R chart is drawn in short. See, the first step was to calculate the range in R chart. So R is given for the range. What was its formula? It was for X max minus X min. Okay, if you only see this, it is also you will also score. It is very simple. Then R min we have calculated, that is summation of R to the number of subgroups. Then we have seen the third step, that is the value for D3 and D4, which is given in table. So value of D3 and D4, which is already given you in table. Then what is the thing? Fourth point. Now fourth point, what we have calculated in fourth point, we have calculated the UCLR and LCLR. That is upper limit and lower limit. And what is the formula for upper limit? The formula for upper limit is D4R dash, that is R min, and D3 R min. R min formula we know. Okay, and D3 and D4 we get it from the table. Now what is the fifth step? Our fifth step is to plot the R chart. How is the R chart plot? So it is like this. So this is LCL, this is UCL, and this is R dash, whereas this variable is R. Here 1 2 3 4 as per what is the data given, and it is used for the range. Okay, so it is R chart is range chart. Now these are all the 5 steps which are actually needed to draw the R chart. But the 6th step which is given in the book is to know the to found the control limit of the X chart. So with the help of R chart, that is R mean and value of A2. So how is it? How is it done? So UCL for X equals to, for X bar equals to X double bar plus A2 into R dash, and LCL for X bar equals to X double bar minus A2 into R dash. Okay, this is the way how LCL and UCL for X chart is calculated with the help of R mean and the value of A2. So see, what you will going to get from the chart which is provided to you, from the table which is provided to you, will get three things. Okay, what are the three things you will get? First of all, you will get sorry, A2, you will get D3, you will get D4. So these are the things which you will get from the table which is provided to you in the questions. Okay, another, see, A2 and R mean equals to 3 sigma x. So what is 3 sigma x? Your 3 sigma x is sample standard deviation. Okay, so here also one relation is given, that is A2R. Okay, that is value from table, and R mean is equals to 3 sigma x. Now what is sigma x? Sigma x is your sample standard deviation. Now to calculate sigma, we have the formula given here, R mean upon D2. So D2, that is small d2, is also given in the table. Okay, so you can see D2, D3, A2, D, capital D3, capital D4. So these are the values which you will found in table. You can refer to it in your textbook. So sigma value we will get, because of which we will get this. Now you will say how we have got sigma value and not sigma x. So what is the formula for sigma x? It is the the formula for sigma x is sigma upon under root n. Okay, the n, what is n? So it is already told to you what is n. Okay, so you will see now. So n is number of subgroup. With the help of this, after dividing it, okay, now after dividing it, you will get sigma by under root n. You will get sigma x. After sigma x is given to now you will get sigma x. Now with the help of this, you will get the value of this. Okay, A2R mean. So with the help of A2R mean, you can here calculate it easily. So these are all the formulas. We can have the session on all the formulas for your better understanding. So this was for today. Now we have completed our control charts on variable. Total topic of control charts of variable and type of control charts. Now in next lecture we will see what is the process capability and what are the applications of the process capability. Okay, so for today's lecture, thank you.